kill this son of a bitch.
Brace for impact! Hang on! Watch out! Fox leader is down! Fox 5! I repeat, we are going down! Do you love your mama? I love her! How much do you...
Call him whatever you want.
Down. That's why Kong got so mad.
Crap, you bastard.
You don't want... Kong's the last of his kind, but then the big one comes up.
Refueling team coming to the north end of the island. We're gonna get out of here.
No way.
That is...
This place is hell.
The beds inside the PJs. Yeah. Are we even gonna make it?
Yeah, Cobalt, what happens if Chapman's not in?
See, try to get home. 21. She is.
Me and Gunpei spent 6 years of our lives boats.
On a B-29 on the beach one day, that would... I know she and Trinity would get cracking.
Brother, prepare. Many lovely flowers, and brother, prepare.
Box one out.
What the hell?
Go. All right, let's move.
Somebody cover this.
look, Colonel, and I'm telling you, that thing to turn back. Too sweet!
Chapman is dead.
Where we going?
You three need to go back to the boat. Just go. We're going to save Kong.
Is king.
I asked you fellas.
Oh, my men.
Kong was just defending his territory.
You men don't have to be afraid. They shouldn't.
The world is.
Get her out of there.
Put it down, sir.
That's the big one.
Go! Die, you motherfucker.
It's done.
I know.
So what?
Right, a flag. Everything like Brooks was.
Come on, man. We gotta fall back.
She's temporary. Watch out!
Movie summary: Kong, Skull Island. Kong Skull Island 2017 is an exhilarating action-adventure film that reintroduces audiences to one of cinema's most iconic creatures, King Kong. Directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, The movie is set during the final days of the Vietnam War and follows a team of soldiers, scientists, and explorers as they embark on a perilous mission to a mysterious, uncharted island. What they discover is a world where humanity is not at the top of the food chain. Opening sequence. The mission begins. The film begins with a prologue set during World War II, where two pilots, one American and one Japanese, crash land on an unknown island and engage in a fierce hand-to-hand fight. Their battle is interrupted by the sudden appearance of an enormous ape-like creature, establishing the film's central figure, Kong. Fast forward to 1973, as Bill Randa John Goodman, a government official and head of the secretive Monarch organization, convinces the U.S. government to fund an expedition to Skull Island, an uncharted territory in the Pacific Ocean. Randa assembles a team that includes former British Special Air Service Captain James Conrad Tom Hiddleston, photojournalist Mason Weaver Brie Larson, and a group of soldiers led by the hardened Lieutenant Colonel Preston Packard Samuel L. Jackson. Arrival at Skull Island. Welcome to the jungle. As the expedition arrives at Skull Island via helicopter, they begin a seismic survey by dropping bombs to map the underground. This aggressive approach draws the immediate attention of Kong, who emerges from the jungle in a jaw-dropping sequence. The initial encounter with Kong is one of the film's most spectacular action sequences, as the colossal ape swats helicopters out of the sky with terrifying power and precision. The chaos and destruction are vividly portrayed, with the team members scrambling for survival as their aircraft are torn apart. Surviving the island. The first encounters, the survivors are scattered across the island, and the film follows their separate journeys through the perilous landscape. The island is teeming with dangers, from gigantic spiders to deadly skull crawlers, ancient reptilian creatures that are Kong's primary adversaries. In one of the standout action sequences, a group of soldiers is ambushed by a giant spider whose legs pierce through the canopy, skewering soldiers with deadly accuracy. The scene is tense and brutal, showcasing the island's deadly ecosystem. Meanwhile, Conrad, Weaver, and their group encounter Kong up close, but instead of attacking, Kong displays a surprising level of intelligence and empathy, hinting at his role as the island's protector rather than its tyrant. Meeting Hank Marlowe, the island's secrets revealed. As the groups converge, they encounter Hank Marlowe John C. Reilly, a World War II pilot who has been stranded on Skull Island for nearly 30 years. Marlowe provides crucial exposition about the island, explaining that Kong is the last of his kind, the guardian of the island who protects it from the skull crawlers. Marlowe's character adds a mix of humor and humanity to the film, serving as a guide and a symbol of resilience. The team decides to make their way to the island's northern shore, where they hope to find a way off the island. However, Lieutenant Colonel Packard becomes obsessed with avenging his fallen men, blaming Kong for the deaths, and vowing to kill the giant ape. The Boneyard and the Skull Crawlers. Facing the true threat, the journey leads the group to a massive boneyard, the remains of Kong's ancestors. This eerie and foreboding setting is the backdrop for one of the film's most intense action sequences. The team is ambushed by skull crawlers, which emerge from the bones in a sudden and brutal attack. The battle is fierce, with several characters meeting their end in gruesome fashion. The skull crawlers are formidable opponents, their speed and ferocity making them a terrifying threat even to Kong. In a desperate bid to survive, Conrad and Weaver lead their group in a retreat, but not before witnessing the true power of Kong, who arrives to battle the skull crawlers. The clash between Kong and the skull crawlers is a visceral, high-stakes fight, with the colossal creatures trading devastating blows. Kong's raw strength and determination are on full display as he defends his territory, solidifying his role as the island's protector. Final confrontation. Man versus Kong. As the group nears the northern shore, Packard sets a trap for Kong, using explosives to incapacitate the giant beast. In a tense and emotionally charged sequence, Packard prepares to execute Kong, despite the protests of Conrad, Weaver, and Marlowe, who have come to understand that Kong is not the enemy. The standoff between Packard and Kong is a clash of wills, with Packard's blind rage and thirst for vengeance pitted against Kong's primal instinct for survival. The situation reaches a climax when the largest and most dangerous skull crawler, known as the Big One, emerges. Packard is killed in the ensuing chaos, leaving Kong to face the skull crawler in a final, epic battle. The fight is the film's centerpiece, a brutal and relentless confrontation that sees Kong using every ounce of his strength and cunning to defeat his foe. The choreography of the battle is intense, with the environment, rivers, mountains, and trees becoming weapons in Kong's hands. In a thrilling conclusion, Kong triumphs over the Skullcrawler, saving Conrad, Weaver, and the remaining survivors. The scene is both awe-inspiring and emotional, as Kong, battered and bloodied, watches the humans depart, his role as the island's guardian reaffirmed. Conclusion: the return to civilization, the survivors are rescued, and as they leave Skull Island, they reflect on the experience, with a newfound respect for Kong and the island's ecosystem. The film ends with a nod to future adventures, as Monarch begins to uncover evidence of other giant creatures in the world, setting the stage for the eventual crossover with Godzilla in the Monsterverse. Kong Skull Island is a relentless action film that never loses momentum. Its action sequences are both spectacular and integral to the story, each one building on the last to create a sense of escalating danger and excitement. The film's focus on Kong as a powerful yet sympathetic figure adds depth to the spectacle, making it more than just a monster movie, but a story about survival, respect for nature, and the thin line between man and beast. Movie review and rating: Kong Skull Island. Kong Skull Island 2017 is a visually stunning and action-packed adventure that reimagines the iconic King Kong for a new generation. Directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, the film is a thrilling addition to the Monsterverse, delivering a fresh take on the classic monster movie formula with a modern twist. While it excels in many areas, particularly in its action sequences and visual effects, the film also has its share of shortcomings. Nevertheless, it remains an entertaining and memorable experience for both fans of the genre and newcomers alike. Casting and performances: a mixed bag, the film boasts an impressive ensemble cast, including Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, and John C. Reilly. Each actor brings their unique strengths to the table, though the script doesn't always give them enough to work with. Tom Hiddleston as James Conrad is the film's leading man, and while he delivers a solid performance, his character is somewhat underdeveloped. Conrad is the typical action hero, stoic, skilled, and morally upright, but he lacks the depth and complexity that could have made him more memorable. Brie Larson's Mason Weaver, a war photojournalist, also suffers from a lack of character development. While Larson imbues Weaver with a sense of bravery and compassion, her role often feels secondary to the film's larger spectacle. Samuel L. Jackson, on the other hand, shines as the vengeful Lieutenant Colonel Packard. Jackson's portrayal of Packard's descent into obsession and madness is one of the film's highlights, bringing a sense of intensity and menace that drives much of the plot. His vendetta against Kong adds a layer of human conflict that contrasts with the more fantastical elements of the story. John C. Reilly as Hank Marlowe provides much-needed comic relief and humanity. Marlowe's character is the heart of the film, offering both humor and emotional depth. His portrayal of a man who has spent decades stranded on Skull Island is both poignant and entertaining, making him one of the most memorable characters in the film. Action sequences: spectacle at its finest. Where Kong Skull Island truly excels is in its action sequences. The film is a visual feast, with stunning CGI bringing the titular Kong to life in all his towering glory. The first encounter with Kong is a masterclass in action filmmaking, setting the tone for the rest of the movie. The scene's pacing, choreography, and effects work together to create a sense of awe and terror as Kong decimates the helicopters with ease. The film's use of the island's environment in its action scenes is particularly noteworthy. The landscape of Skull Island is as much a character as Kong himself, filled with dangers that are both beautiful and deadly. From the towering bamboo forests to the treacherous boneyard, each setting is meticulously crafted to enhance the tension and excitement of the action. The final battle between Kong and the Skullcrawler is the film's pièce de résistance. The fight is brutal, intense, and exhilarating, with Kong using his environment and sheer brute strength to overcome his adversary. The sequence is a testament to the film's